And we're live. Alan just pulled the best Wayne's World reference ever because it's a reference to that film that you do not even have to say it. You say nothing. You just do it again, Alan.
Okay. In 5, 4. And then Wayne and Garth are like, you're nodding.
And then when the he goes in 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to the latest episode of the Crafty Boys for the 2016 Advent Calendar, where we drink beer so you don't have to. That's actually bad advice. Yeah, we're taking it for the team, because if the beer is bad, we'll drink it anyway. This is day 11 of the season's greetings, Parallel 49 and Central City masterful marriage of beer. And
what's good about this particular Advent calendar is the fact that all the beers are specially produced for this package. So you're not going to get any regular runs. So let's do the drum roll.
Drum roll. It is. It's hitting my microphone. It is. What is this? I can't read it back. Ladies and gentlemen, Curiosity Dessert Stout. Oh, well, hey. I had a dessert stout the other night. I'm very pleased. Actually, last night, come to think of it. I don't know what brand it was. I don't remember.
I love what it says here on the bottle. It says, "Welcome to the show where weirdos are welcome and freaks are what's on stage." Sounds like us. Quench your thirst for curiosity with this rich tiramisu dessert stout. It has an IBU rating of 35. It says it's best served between 8 degrees and 10 degrees Celsius. Mine is considerably colder than that.
Yeah, so
and it is 6.5% alcohol by volume.
It smells wonderful. And look at that. I mean, I've done a pour where the head didn't really come out, but that is...
I'm going to try and get a head.
That's dark bubbles. That is like dark. If you can get more head than I can, that actually was pretty solid dark bubbles. Like chocolate colored bubbles. Not, white. Come on, camera, catch up to me. So I gotta say, I'm impressed. Even with
not much of a head to speak of, but
yeah, but look at the color on that head, though. Isn't that amazing?
I know. Now my head's already gone. I mean,
yeah, so is mine. So here we go. That's like Guinness had illicit sex with a candy cane and a chocolate bar in a threesome.
What?
Well, like a stout. A Guinness was like, "Hey, baby, what's going on?" The candy cane was like, "I'm not cheap, And then the candy bar walked in and said, "Hey, but you can have us both if the price is right." I could see Guinness being a total, slime that way. But thank you very much, everyone. Have the veal. So yeah, I gotta say, this is actually this is smooth. Like, this is this is like, I could drink this consistently until it's gone. And it's more like, it's like Guinness after you've had like 3 or 4 Guinness.
I think they do themselves a disservice calling it a dessert stout, though. Like, to me, a tiramisu dessert stout sounds far more enticing. Like, the word tiramisu just...
Yeah. I like how it says, like, the whole "welcome to the show where weirdos are welcome and freaks are what's on stage," and then it has on the other side of the bottle, "may contain nuts." So, da. So, did you survive this day 11? Did you do anything exciting today that was in the holiday spirit, or was it just basically another day, another dollar, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so it's Sunday. I did not much of anything.
It is Sunday after all. I played Dungeons and Dragons with one of the coolest groups that I've ever joined. Where I was actually introduced late in this particular campaign because I missed a couple weeks because I was sick, and they were like, "Yeah, totally, come in, and what kind of character do you want?" And so I said, "Well, who's playing, or what characters are playing right now?" And they said, "Oh yeah, well, this, that, and the other thing," and one of them is a fighter who's basically in a delusional world of his own. He's fighting and doing the whole adventure, but he also thinks he's really famous everywhere, where he's only really famous in one city, I gather. So I decided that my character should be like a character who comes in who's the manager of that guy. So it'd be kind of like if the Undertaker went on a road trip without Paul Bear, and then eventually Paul Bear's like, well, what the hell is he? I gotta go find him, and then goes off into the world to find him. So I thought that was kind of cool. So that was having fun.
Fun, yeah, I guess.
Oh man, come on! You'd like to play D&D at some point in your history? Come on, at any time? Or are you not cool enough for? Have you never played Dungeons and Dragons?
I played it once. I didn't like it, and
why not?
Well, actually, I was there with you, I think.
Oh, really?
Remember we went to those people's house? I don't remember what their names are. But it was like
dude? Was that the army base one?
No.
Was that?
I don't remember where in town it was actually, but it was involved particular people that we were affiliated with at the time,
like BBSers at the time back in the day.
Yeah, BBSers, and we played, and I was thoroughly bored out of my skull.
Yeah, that's a sign of a bad.
I couldn't wait for that evening to end.
It was like, I would rather perform fellatio on a duck than be here with you people because you're all so boring. Which actually it's a risk, I've been to a bunch of different groups in the city in the last, say, 5-6 years, and there are some that are great, and there are some that are kind of like, we're here supposed to be entertaining and having fun with a bunch of people, not just for some person's ego. But what can you do?
Yeah.
So that was my Sunday in a nutshell. I mean, before that, every day we've been watching a Christmas episode from some television program over the last since like hey girl. Peanut Gallery, what was the oldest episode we watched so far? The Night Court one. Was it the Night Court one? So 1982? Yeah, 84. Or 84, sorry. Okay. So we've been finding these shows. Although it just came to I just thought of one. MASH. MASH is the Christmas episode.
Yep.
I've forgotten what it's called. But it's the one where they are throwing a party for the orphans kind of thing, and then a soldier is found on the side of a road or something, and ends up
Hawkeye dressed up as Santa goes out and
so that was pretty
I remember
cool.
that
episode. And maybe I should watch that one tonight. That's actually not a bad one, although they had like 2 or 3 Christmas episodes this year. Like they only had like
that's the one that always sticks out to me though.
Yeah, no, it is, because it's one of those ones that is like I guess there's something about television programming back then. Like I watched a documentary that just popped up on Netflix a little bit ago about oh my lord, who was the guy that created All in the Family?
Norman Lear.
I gotta look it up now. Norman Lear, that's right. So it was about Norman Lear, and it was actually very interesting because it was basically like a long interview with him and a bunch of other sort of things interjected with a bunch of other, like Rob Reiner was there and a bunch of other actors. And just talking about the sort of the stuff that was going on at the time. And And even though the shows that he was creating were very popular, he essentially burned himself out, and was basically said, they told him at one point, like, dude, you've got to stop and leave and do something else with your life, because you're doing like 4 shows at one time, and that's just not a healthy way to live. But yeah, it was great. I recommend it because for some reason those shows, All in the Family, MASH, um, to a lesser extent, Mod, and stuff like that, shows that were very important, because they were the shows that kind of talked about things that were sort of taboo at the time.
Yeah.
Where you see it all the time now. Different, the storylines will involve these sorts of topics, um, but I had forgotten there was a Mod episode where Maud decided to have an abortion, and that was like 19. Was it in the late 70s? Maybe even, I don't
Yeah.
remember, but it was quite the discussion to be had, and it was fascinating because it was all about women can do what they want. They have a choice to do what they will, and whatever they can control their body. Sorry, that's how it is. And but back then, I mean, that was like, what? How dare she? And blah, 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 blah. So, but yeah, they stick out in my mind. A lot of those shows. There's a lot of programs like that have those episodes.
So maybe we should save this for another time. But
Okay.
do you have like a special, like a favorite Christmas episode of an old TV series?
We could save that for this week or even the following week. But I think that I have a few. Like I have a couple. Like
Well,
there's
let's go through
definitely.
one today, and we'll go through another one tomorrow. And
Okay. Let's see. Well, a favorite episode from a television program, a Christmas episode. I would say, the episode that I enjoyed the most, from any program, or does it have to be of a certain era, or?
no, any era.
I would think the uh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode, season 3, episode 10, I think. Mainly, the only reason I know that is that I just watched it yesterday.
I
So,
see.
because I had to look it up, I was like, which is that episode of the thing? It's a Christmas episode, but it's more. It's really not just about Christmas and holiday things. It's about, as Buffy is anyway, is about a whole lot of other things, which is why I like it, because there's so much subtext going on. But it's the episode where one of the evil villains, or a villain seeking redemption. So I was bad then. I'm good now. So I need to make amends for. Hence the episode title. For the bad stuff, and it's interesting just how they play it. And I mean, I could go on forever about it, but it's probably one of the stronger episodes of more recent TV, I guess, for the holiday kind of thing. So I don't know. It's just because it's more modern, just 'cause it's sticking on my mind right now, just because I
Right.
just watched it again, which I hadn't watched it for a number of years, but yeah, I liked it. It's a good one. I think it's something that, even if you're not a fan of that particular show, um, there's the odd episode that you don't necessarily have to watch the entire show to understand what's going on. You can still appreciate what's going on in the moment of those sorts of programs. What about you?
Oh, for me, definitely my favorite, hands down, is from South Park. It's called the Woodland Critter Christmas. Um, so Stan Marsh I can't remember exactly how he gets there, but he's going into the woods, and there's all these cute little woodland critters, but they could all talk and everything, and they're like, "Oh, Stan, there's this mean cougar or mountain lion that's trying to eat us. Won't you go and kill it, please?" And so he can't turn them down and everything because they're cute and cuddly and all that. One of them's a bear though, but the bear is just like a bear cub, and It's really cute. And
Okay.
so he goes and finds the cougar and kills it, and goes back and tells them that killed it. Goes, yay! Now we can give birth to the Antichrist. Because apparently the cougar was the only thing keeping these woodland critters from bringing Satan back to. Yeah.
I gotta say that I have a vague memory of that episode. It's been a long time since I've watched South Park. But oh my god, that's amazing.
It's such a great episode. I highly recommend it. I mean, I got others as well, but that one, I mean, I gotta watch that one every single Christmas.
I'm gonna have to dig that one up because that I kind of want to watch. Because here's we've been watching something every day for the last 11 days. Like there's been certain times where it's like, okay, today I will watch this. Sometimes I will go with the CBC's holiday programming. But otherwise, it's those kinds of things, like watching those types of Christmas shows that that get you into the spirit, even though, because as time goes on, as you get older, it's Christmas has that danger of becoming just another day. Like but not I'm not talking about like Scrooge level, just another day. I'm just talking like you've got kids, and we're in our 40s now, and that kind of thing.
What?
And I know what happened, dude. Where are these three children? These are not my children. But yeah, no, you tend to kind of start losing the excitement, at least I'm speaking for myself. But every couple of years you kind of go, you know what? I'm not as excited as I normally would be. And so how do I get into it? And this is actually what we're doing this year is Allie went out and found a list of, I think, was it 100 episodes or something? Yeah, so she found a list of the best sort of top 100 Christmas episodes, and just kind of cherry picked them for shows that we both knew. And how big is our list? It's pretty big, thanks. So we've just kind of been going through and picking them out. So
Cool.
And just watching one just to kind of get into that mode, which is really nice. Because usually they're pretty heavy-handed, a lot of them. But yeah. So what?
All right.
But it's amusing. Okay, there you go. So anyway, on that note, thank you for watching episode 11 of our 2016 Advent calendar. Do go out and watch yourself some favorites for your Christmas episode programming of any kind. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh yeah,
how can you not watch it?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa Claus is coming to. I watched that the other day. First time in a very long time, and it's kind of like a fever dream after you dropped acid. But the scary thing about that particular one is that when we were watching it the other day, I actually looked it up on Wikipedia. I'm like, oh yeah, so who's the voice? Oh right, Mickey Rooney's doing the voice of Santa. And then it actually talks about the sequels. I'm like, there were sequels to this, and then I remember, there kind of was the one with the fire hair guy and Jack Frost.
Yeah,
that was the one right after this one, which happened sometime in the mid '80s or something. And then because the Santa Claus is coming to town, I think it was 1970. Yeah, 70. And then the mid 80s, they had the sequel of Jack Frost being angry with Devil Boy or whatever the hell that one was about. I can't remember now. But then there was a third one in like 2001 where Mickey Rooney actually did the voice of Santa again.
Really?
This is like 30 or 20 odd years later. So 30 years later. So it was kind of cool because it was like one of the last things he did, sort of close to the end of his life, and that was a neat little tidbit. I'm like, I have to find this. I have not been able to find it, but I want to see it.
I want to see it.
I will tell you what it's called. It's called Santa Claus is Coming to Town. But this one is called. Hang on, give me a moment. Entertain the Masses. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and the sequel was called The Year Without Santa Claus. That's the one where the Jack Frost and whatnot tried to take over. But this one was called not that one. Oh, Lord, they're mixing them all up now. Sorry, I'm suddenly on Misfit Toys. Rudolph's Shiny New Year. Is that the one? No. Hang on, I'll find it here. The Miser Brothers Christmas. Yeah, that was the one. That was one of them. So so it was very, very interesting that Mickey Rooney came back to do a Miser Brothers Christmas, just to have that.
Was it stop motion, or did they use
it was the same sort of thing. Yeah, it was same sort of thing. So it was kind of cool. So that happened actually in 2000. I said 2000. It's actually 2008 that came out. So I would suspect there's probably a lot of CG going on in that one because I can't find it anywhere. But anyway, so thank you, everyone. Again, as I was saying, thank you for watching. Spread the word. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to hear about beer. If you have any suggestions for beer, talk to us on Wednesdays. But right now, we're just talking about the Christmas Advent calendar.
Thumbs up.
To say. Thumbs up to the Curiosity Dessert Stout from Parallel 49. Again, another great bloody beer. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.